So this is part 2 of the video series, ranking up the Hunter deck. So you can see here we have a rogue matchup. Pretty sure this guy is like a bursty rogue, which is going to be a tough matchup for him. He needs early backstabs, early deadly poisons, and early blade flurries. Without those cards, it's a very, very difficult game for him to win, especially when we have a crazy start like this. He's looking at a turn 2 4/5 Undertaker, extremely hard to get rid of, only going to get bigger from there. So he needs like backstab right now. He doesn't have it, so he's in an awful spot. Really unfortunate for him that he didn't have that card. Really tough spot to get out of here. Almost impossible for him to get back in this game. He'd have to go Blade Flurry, backstab, but he'd still take 2 from the Leper Gnome and 4 from the Undertaker, so you put him at 18 anyways, and I have 2 burst cards in hand. Still not a great position for him. I wonder. Without that, I mean, I have no idea how he'd ever get back in this. He just decides to concede. I mean, you can't really blame him. Such a poor spot for him right there. Almost to rank 7. Not too bad. So we get a Hunter Mew here. He's playing a little bit bigger Hunter with some sort of strange things. He's playing, Knife Juggler, things like that. I can kind of understand the idea. It looks good on paper. You get, procs from Savannah Highmane and from your Haunted Creeper, but I don't know. I mean, Knife Juggler is kind of an awkward card in Hunter. It's okay, but it gives you like decent sustained damage, but it's kind of in a weird place between being aggro and non-aggro. We get an Undertaker draw here again, and we get to kill his Undertaker with ours. Very, very strong start. If you can get ahead early in the Hunter Mirror, you're almost guaranteed to win. You have to misplay from that point a lot of the time in order to lose if you can get ahead early, so pretty important. I think it's a clear upper Undertaker. It's okay, we have a decent turn coming up, so important to get the hero power actives off to make sure that we stay ahead. Need to keep that damage piling up. Changes to the Eel Horn Bow really help in the Hunter Mirror, I find. So you don't have to worry about your secrets giving them charges and making it really awkward. Because that's how it used to be. It used to be kind of strange. Very limited but weird interaction. Again, getting the hero procs off. Making sure, we silence this guy here because we want to get that extra 2 damage in.
Put this apple on your head.
He's going to try to build a bit of a board here with the Knife Juggler that I mentioned from before. It's okay. We had the Mad Scientist that guarantee the Explosive Trap, so it makes building a board against us really, really difficult. And we've been hero procking here since turn 3, so we're trying to get that in every single turn. 30 to 16 is a pretty substantial lead in a Hunter Mirror. Hard to come back from. Needs Sledge Belcher, Heal, which Hunter just doesn't play. No version of Hunter that plays heal cards. Hyena here could have been good for him if we didn't have a way to get the explosive traps. And he misplays twice here. I think he probably should have cleared the Scientist. 100%, and he even has a second way to clear it in his hand. He's got the Arcane Shot, and he decides not to, which allows us to clean up the Hyena and the whole board really easily. Otherwise, he would have had some kind of damage in order to make sure the Hyena went down, which we have, but it would have slowed us down a bit. This is obviously way more optimal for us. Again, getting the hero power every single turn. We just get to blow up his board here. We're about 2 turns away from lethal. We have more mana, so we kill him right now. So he plays the high main. Whenever anybody plays the high main, you're worried about Houndmaster, but we got so far ahead early that just Houndmaster does nothing right now. I'm tempted to get that kill command damage in, but I hold off here because it's just going to be better if I just save it with the owl for more burst and get my damage in before the Houndmaster here. See what traps he has. I want to play the Leper Gnome just to make sure I get that extra 2 damage in if it's an explosive trap, which it is, and I do. So puts him down to 10. We're just gonna put him down to 4 here. There's just no way out of this. Guaranteed lethal, pretty much. Hunter Mirror is really straightforward, I find. I think it used to be a little bit better when the decks played more secrets and we ran Flare, because there's a little bit more play to it. Now it just seems basically whoever gets ahead first almost always wins. It was like that before too, but you had a little bit more counterplay to it. So we just clean them up and move on to the next one. I think we hit rank 7 here as well, which is nice. Not taking a long time to rank up with this deck at all. Priest. I like this matchup for us. The more I play against it, the more I think it's in our favor. It's just too hard for them to establish a board and not die at the same time. They really struggle doing that. That's what happens when you make a control deck and you end up playing big stuff, because you end up with a lot of cards that you just never have the opportunity to play, that are never relevant. Like Cabal Shadow Priest is just not good in this matchup. So those kind of shenanigans with Shrinkmeister and some of these decks, they go like Ysera or Ragnarok, just stuff that's never going to hit the board. So by the time those turns come around, you're lethal within a turn 99% of the time, so the card just has 0 impact. I think they could gain a lot more traction in this matchup if they go mid-rangey or early, more dedicated to early game. Like the old Death Rattle Priest was pretty good against Hunter because you could get a board position, and that helps a lot because then you just spam heal, and a lot of the time you're able to win. But in the GvG meta, they're definitely shifting back to a more control priest, semi-mid-rangey, lots of high-end cards, and it's good against certain decks. It's not good against this one. So he power rolls shields here, and he's going to trade with the Huffer, and he's going to heal his guy, which is okay. I guess he doesn't want it to die to the Leper Gnome. We have damage to kill that anyways, and because we don't have an owl, we don't want that health to go on anything like a Sengen or something like that, so we just deal with it here. We have the spider anyway, so we get more power for the following turn by applying it like this. Ends up being pretty good. You can ignore it there, I think, and deal the extra damage. I just don't think you have to. I think you can afford to play around stuff. Even though they're likely not to have it, it's better to be safe, I find a lot of time, especially when there's a new meta and people are playing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I mean, we're at rank 7 now, he's rank 6, so the decks are a little bit better. They're still not going to be perfect. So you can see some different things. You see different things in Legend too, depending on how people like to play their decks. I think this heal bot is really good for him here. I think that card is really, really strong. It gives heal access to heal for classes that normally don't have it. Like Warlock, that card, it's insane in Handlock. I think that card is really, really good. Maybe in Shaman, but probably not in Shaman. A lot of the time you don't need the heal in Shaman, I don't know. Shaman's kind of an awkward deck to play. So, getting back to this game, I mean, we have 3 burst cards in our hand. We picked up the web spinner, which is really good because it allows us to drop it and have a beast and activate our 2 kill commands immediately. So we just go for max damage here before he throws up a taunt or anything like that. He's pretty dead here. I mean, there's not really a combination of cards that can save him at this point. So, and if there is, like, we're at too high health for it to matter, because we'll just kill him next turn if he somehow gets out of this. But I don't think I think he's drawing dead here. Okay, so Holy Nova heal, just not enough health. Even if we didn't have the Leper Gnome, we'd still have lethal here. So,
well played.
Not much to say. That web spinner was a really good draw the turn before to allow this to happen. Probably would have been okay without it. I'm rank 7. I get there. So we have another rogue matchup. Ooh, he's got the golden portrait. I really need to play this game more so I can get those. Some of them are really, really cool. I mean, particularly the ones where you actually get another, in-game thing. Like rogue, you get the dagger, so you get the kind of extra golden picture there. Or paladin, you get the silver hand recruit. It's pretty cool. 500 rank wins is a lot. That takes a while to get. But, I mean, there's a lot of people there now. A lot of them got there on the back of broken decks. Like, I'm sure this guy just spammed Miracle Rogue to get there. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. There was a couple metagames where Miracle Rogue was almost a guaranteed win. And, I mean, the only thing you lost to was Miracle Rogue back in the good old days. But, been nerfed into the ground now, so... Here we just have another pretty simple Undertaker draw. Again, super strong. Always nice. I get them a lot. You can win without it. It's not necessary, but it puts them... It just... A lot of the time it forces them to have the early removal for your Undertaker. And a lot of the time they do have it, so it's not that significant. It just eats removal. If they don't deal with it, though, it's a free win sometimes, which is always nice. So he's thinking a lot here.
This guy's
Alright, he decides to SI our guy. I think he preparations into Eviscerate to kill our Undertaker as well. So he spent a lot of cards, but he did clean up our board pretty nicely. It was not too bad for him. Pretty sure I just trade Wolf Rider into his SI here. I kind of want to force him to spend mana to dagger and kill my 1/1s. And if he doesn't do that, then he's going to take a good amount of damage from them throughout the game. He still had a pretty healthy life total, so we have to try to maximize the damage from what we already have. Can't really afford to hold the Wolf Rider there and wait for max damage later. I'd rather just get rid of the SI right now. I think it's a pretty good trade for us. Yeah, this is what I wanted him to do. Like, I need him to spend mana and not develop the board. Just try to pick off the 1/1s. Now it's time to start hero powering. Make sure we have a lead and maintain that lead so that we can close out the game later. His board, again, is pretty awkward for him to clear, especially when he wants to establish a minion. So it's pretty good for us here. I think Rogue is in a really, really bad spot overall. I mean, this is like a mech deck, tempo kind of deck. I tried it. I wasn't impressed by it. I think the other versions of the deck were just a lot better. I think it could be okay, but I don't see any like reason to compel me to play Rogue over other classes right now. It used to be similar to Hunter, where you just had all this burst, and you had the card draw from Auctioneer, so you could finish people off, and you were really resilient to stuff, which was awesome. But now the card draw is just kind of gone. I mean, you have a little bit Fan of Knives, Shiv. It's okay. I mean, cards that replace themselves, but don't do a whole lot with their effect. A lot of time you're just spending mana to, 3 mana to draw one card, which is not optimal. I don't think, I'm pretty sure he doesn't, he doesn't proc the secret here, which I don't think is correct. He ends up having some kind of crazy mech draw, like the Iron Senseis and stuff like that, but I clear it up pretty easily, if I remember. So, I mean, every turn that he just stalls and doesn't deal any damage to us, we have the inevitable hero power, so that's always going to work out in our favor. If we're ahead anyways, because we have damage guaranteed every turn. So, I mean, now he decides to do that, and then he procs it, which is, well, I guess, whatever. I think he played a little bit too carefully around that explosive trap. He got too low here.
This guy's
I guess it's another mech rogue I was thinking of, where they got the Iron Sensei draw. Here he's just trying to race us, which, I mean, you can't do. You're at 11. But if that's his only option, I mean, from that point, you should be able to put together that this game's yours, pretty much. Next turn we have the guaranteed damage with the double arcane golems and the hero power, plus we have the explosive trap to proc here, so I mean, he's pretty dead here. Again, I don't think Rogue's in a very good spot right now. I mean, the mech deck, I guess it's okay, but I find the other mech decks so far to be a lot stronger. I really like the Druid one. I was watching Reynad stream that and got to legend on it pretty easily. I thought that was a really strong deck. Because it played similar to just straight up Druid deck, but you got all the mech value and you got the tempo plays out of the ridiculous mech warper there. It's always nice. Yeah, we just do our damage here. I think this gets us to rank 6, so getting closer to that rank 5. It's going to take a while to do all this again, so definitely something you can do if you're looking to climb ladders, play this deck. Yeah, we hit rank 6 here, which is really nice. Get to the Warlock. Ooh, a fancy golden Warlock. Always exciting. I like them golden portraits. Gotta get one of those. Definitely want to get a mage one. Love that class, even though it's not good most of the time. Pretty bad opener here. Triple 3-drop and only a 1-mana 1/1. I mean, hopefully we get that King Crush again and get the stylish finish. Love that King Crush off of the web spinner. Mech Warper, I think, is too good. I think that's going to be one of the first cards to get nerfed by Blizzard. I don't think it should take very long. I'm not sure when they're planning their first round of nerfs, but I mean, I would expect that maybe within the month or next 2 months. They might let it play out a bit more. But I think it's pretty obvious to everyone that Mech Warper's a little too good. You can get just ridiculous draws, especially if you have the coin. You just go turn 2 Mech Warper, coin, second Mech Warper, dump your hand. And you have 4 guys on board, turn 2. And it's just, it's pretty oppressive, so. It's really those double Mech Warper draws that become really overpowered. When it's just one at a time, it seems okay. I mean, it's still pretty strong. It allows you to establish a lot. Well, we get the Huffer here, which is perfect. Gotta love that Huffer in this deck. Get that 4 damage right away. I think he hero powers a couple too many times in this game, if I remember correctly. Definitely gonna owl that. I don't want him to get a free demon. Not interested. Not interested at all. It's probably going to be like a Dread Infernal or something, which is just, I don't want to play against that. I'm not interested. Not this early in the game. Sal's pretty strong. Gotta love that Captain's Parrot too, off the Web Spinner. I feel like Web Spinner half the time is Captain's Parrot, and like 30% of the time it's like a random whatever beast, and then like 20% of the time it's a crazy beast that just wins you the game. I like Unstable Portal, which is, I feel like the chance to get a legendary with that card is insane. Stable Portal. That's another card they think they're going to nerf pretty early in GvG. The odds of getting a legendary seem pretty good. You can also get like rares and stuff. There's a lot of cards that are just broken once you reduce the cost by enough. He doesn't really do anything this game, so I'm not sure what this guy is trying to do with his deck. A lot of people trying new stuff in GvG, you know, which is fine. But if you want to climb ladder, I mean, you can really abuse people who are trying new strategies, because you just play something that, I mean, that's proven to work, that you know is going to work. Really fast, really consistent, and very good reason to play a deck like this. Shadow Flaming, this one is kind of awkward. Don't get to steal anything. I mean, I guess very dead here. Alright. Quick game. One more until rank 5. Or no, nothing more. Oh no, actually the next game is the last one, because I do skip some. I saw a lot of Hunter Mirrors playing the same thing that I was playing, and I already showed a couple of those, so I didn't think there was a point in just putting a bunch of the same matchups up over and over again. Get to see a Druid here, which is nice, something different. Getting that Undertaker pretty consistently. That really helps with the speed of this. I mean, matchups and getting good draws, obviously, gonna make you climb faster. But even if you don't get the good matchups and good draws, you can still climb. It's just gonna be a little slower. As long as you have a deck with like a 60% win rate against the field, I mean, you're gonna climb. It gets a lot harder after rank 5, obviously, because you don't get the win streaks anymore, and also people get better, and you start playing against legend players too this early in the season, because there's not a whole lot of people at high ranks. But it's doable. You just need to find that deck with a consistent win rate against the meta right now. Druid's another deck that I think could be pretty good, and I don't see a lot of people playing. You know, obviously, I saw the Reynad playing the Mech Druid, which is pretty cool. There's another Druid deck that I want to try, which is the old Burst Druid that people used to play with double Force of Nature, double Savage Roar, like a mini token combo. You run the +1/+1 to all minions and the Violet Teacher as well to get some tokens, just in case you're running low on stuff. So, thought that was a pretty good deck. Definitely going to try that out. I think it's going to be better in higher ranks. It really punishes this deck. It's definitely really good against Hunter. Old Burst Druid, because you have the ability to stabilize for like a turn, and then you can finish them off with Force of Nature, Savage Roar. Also, if you hold your Innervate and wait for the second Savage Roar, I mean, it doesn't really matter how much life the Hunter has at that point, and you can finish them off whenever you want a lot of the time. Of course, Hunter can still win. It's not that bad of a matchup for a Hunter, but I do think it's one of the decks that can beat this Hunter deck semi-consistently anyways. Nobody's playing it right now though, so you definitely don't have to worry about it. I might make a video of that for my next time, or once I get to Legend. I'm not sure yet. So, I mean, this version of Druid obviously not doing so hot right now. 10 life, turn 5. Not going too good for him, unfortunately. So, we're going to win this game, and then we're going to move on to rank 5, and that'll complete this little series I did. I hope you guys learned a lot about this deck. There's not that much to learn, but you can definitely get a better sense of how to play it optimally. You will get way more out of your out of your aggro decks if you play them optimally. I mean, you saw how I misplayed against the Freeze Mage there. I could have easily lost that game. That was really bad, and it was just a few sequencing errors, really, and just missing common stuff that I should know. So I would definitely try to play optimally with your aggro decks. Helps a lot. I mean, a lot of the time you lose to people who don't play them properly. You just get frustrated because you're like, oh, this is so easy. But I mean, you know, try to play the best you can. Hopefully you learn a lot from this video. If you like them, I'm going to be making more, so feel free to toss me a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see some upcoming stuff. Probably going to take this deck to Legend next, so that might be my next video, and yeah, see you guys later. Finally got to night 5. No problem, didn't take very long. And that's it for me. Bye.